Hi, this is Johnny with Johnny's BMW DIYs. Today we're going to be doing an oil change on a 95 BMW 325i. This car's lowered, so I always like to do the oil change with a topsider. This unit here, you just pump it up with some vacuum. Stick the tube down in the dipstick tube until you hit the oil pan bottom. Release the clamp over there, the little white clamp that allows the pressure to start pulling on the oil. And then it's just a matter of time. Okay, so one of the first things you want to do is get your motor up to operating temperature. If you haven't been driving around all day, you may just want to run your car for 5 or 10 minutes prior to changing your oil. The oil will drain out much quicker and more completely. My engine is cold, so I'm going to get it fired up and get it warm. As you can see, we're up to operating temperature, so let's go ahead and start draining the oil. These are the basic tools you're going to need for the job. You need a basic socket set. I use my little power driver with the socket on it for the oil filter. You use man filters because the aftermarket ones don't seem to fit right and it seems to leak. Anyhow, I use the little needle nose pliers to unkink the hose where it's been clamped down on the topsider. And that little screwdriver I call my little friend, because you need to pop off the little O-ring, which I will show you later, on the oil filter. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull the dipstick out and set it aside. Getting started, you simply just put the tube down into the dipstick hole until it hits the bottom of the oil pan. Then we'll begin pumping this up, create a vacuum, so it'll start pulling the oil out. You can see the tube in the dipstick. As I pull it up, you can hear suction. You want to put it right back down into the oil and watch the oil start flowing again. You also need 7 quarts of Mobil 1. I use 0W40, fully synthetic. It's the European formula. First we're going to undo with a 13mm the top to the oil filter. Good to have a towel handy. Little plastic bag action. Lift this straight off. You can lay it there. Pull your oil filter out. Give it a second to drain so you don't make a mess. Pop it in the bag. Be disposed of. Okay, in the oil filter kit, got your oil filter, of course, and comes with some O-rings. So let's go ahead and put those to work. Use my little friend here. Okay, this one first is the one here. Just go ahead and get a little screwdriver, pop it out, discard it, put your new one in there, get a little bit of oil on your finger, lubricate it so when you tighten it down it doesn't get all grippy and get out of place. It slides right into place and seals up like it should. Then on the very end here, you have a small O-ring. Just pop that guy off of there and get your new one out of the kit. Of course. Pop it back on here and just roll it on. And last, we have two crush washers. One's for the oil fill or oil drain plug. We won't be using that today because we're not opening that. Take this right off of here. Little crush washer goes right here, stuck in there. Let's get the one that looks just like it, which is the smaller one here. Slide it on there. It's ready to be crushed and made a nice new seal. Slide that back up in there. I always keep it upside down so I don't make a mess with my oil. New oil filter. Dab of oil. Dab of oil. It'll make a big difference. But go ahead and slide this guy back up on there, and you're done. When you see that the tube is run dry, and you hear this sound, there's no oil left in there. Go ahead and pump the vacuum back up, and we'll get the rest out of here. Okay, we're going to be putting the oil filter back in place. Simply drop her down on there. Start the screw always by hand so you never cross thread it. Tighten it down. I always like to finish tightening by hand. Never want to over tighten on something like this. There is a particular torque rating, but I just like to make it pretty snug. And if I see any leaking, I'll snug it a little bit more. Okay, to refill the oil, I like to put a paper towel around the filler cap hole, and in case I make a little spill. Make sure the spout side of the oil can is up. Gives you a little bit longer time to line up your fill. And this car takes 6.9 quarts, so I'll be putting almost 7 quarts in. Well, the dipstick showed enough, so I'm going to remove my paper towel and put the cap back on. Tighten it up. Take one of my little stickers here, put it up inside my visor. That's where I like to put them, just for a reminder for my next oil change. So just run your engine for a few minutes, top off your oil if need be, dump off your used oil at the auto parts store, and you saved yourself a whole bunch of money, and you didn't get your hands dirty. This is Johnny with Johnny's BMW DIYs. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe below, and I'll teach you everything I know.